this word problem also represents a system of equations. So it starts out by telling us that 12 slices of pizza and 10 cans of soda cost $28. Then it goes on and tells us that 10 slices of pizza and 5 cans of soda cost $20. And so now they're asking for how much does one slice of pizza and 1 can of soda cost. So with the sentences that I've underlined in red and blue, I need to go ahead and write an equation. So I'm going to declare my variables. So I'm going to say that a slice of pizza is going to equal X, and that a can of soda is going to equal Y. So when I go to create my equations, I'll use pizza for X and soda for Y. So for my red equation, 12 slices of pizza would be written as 12X, and 10 cans of soda would be written as 10Y. And together, they cost me $28. Now the blue equation is gonna look the same way. So I'm going to have 10 slices of pizza, so 10X, and 5 cans of soda, which is 5Y, and those are going to add up to $20. So with this system of equations, I have to determine whether I want to use elimination or substitution. Since I don't have a variable by itself, it's probably easier for me to just eliminate one of them. Or your book also calls it the addition method. So in order to use this method, we need to make sure that we have the same number, or the same coefficient, in front of the same variable. So I need to either have matching x's or matching y's. I also need to have one of them positive and one of them negative. So in order to match them, I need to multiply one or both of the equations by a value. In this case, I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by -2, because then I'll have a -10y here in the blue, and it'll pair up with the 10y in my red. So I'm going to keep the red equation just as it is. I'm not going to change anything about it. But every value in my blue equation is going to get multiplied by -2. So 10x times -2 is -20x. 5y times -2 is -10y. And 20 times -2 is -40. And so now we are all set to add the two equations together. So 12x plus -20x is -8x. 10y plus -10y cancels out. And 28 minus 40 is -12. So then we need to go through and divide both sides of the equation by -8, since that's being multiplied to x. And that's going to give me a value of 1.5 for x. So my slice of pizza, which is x, is $1.50. Now, one common mistake is that when kids divide the negatives here, they forget that that's a positive $1.50. But if you think about it, it wouldn't make sense to have a negative 150 here, or $1.50 here, because that would be like the pizza parlor paying you to eat their pizza. Although, come to think about it, that sounds kind of nice. So now to solve for y, which is my sodas, I could choose to plug into either the red equation or the blue equation. I could even plug into this blue equation if I really wanted to. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to choose the original blue equation just because I'm better at multiplying 5s and 10s in my head. So I'm going to have 10x plus 5y is equal to 20. But we know what x is, so I'm going to substitute in where that x is 1.5. So 10 times 1.5 is 15. And I'm going to subtract that 15 to the other side of the equal sign. because we want to get that y by itself. So I have 5y is equal to 20 minus 15, which is 5. And that 5 and y are being multiplied together. So to undo that multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 5. So I get that y is equal to 1. So the cost of a soda would then be $1.